Cubs Red Sox World Series would be quite a tale. Boston, the script has yet to be written, but the story is there for the taking. A couple of front office buddies from Boston win a couple of championship rings together, go their separate ways, chase the same manager, experience the same heartaches and eventually wind up facing off in the World Series to prove which is the best and the brightest. Ben Affleck would play the part of the mentor, quite naturally, while Matt Damon inherits a role as the protege. It may be a few years before the Theo and Ben saga comes to fruition, but the made-for-Hollywood storyline already is in production. Sweetheart, get me rewrite. Our story began almost 11 years ago when Theo Epstein became the youngest general manager in baseball, taking over the Red Sox at 28. He soon promoted Ben Cherington, a budding 28-year-old advanced scout, to farm director and then to assistant GM. Together they watched the Red Sox end an 86-year championship drought in Epstein's second year at the helm in 2004, and won another in 2007. It looked at the time like Epstein and his entourage would own the town forever. But the Red Sox's infamous fried chicken and beer collapse of 2011 coincided with the Cubs' search for a new general manager, and Chairman Tom Ricketts' infatuation with all things Boston led him straight to Epstein's door. 2 years ago this week, Epstein was hired as the Cubs president to run the baseball operations department, and Cherington was named the Red Sox's executive vice president and general manager. Cherington said Epstein made a significant impact on him, and he was sad to see him leave. "I think the Chicago thing was an opportunity for him to take on a new challenge," Cherington said. 10 years or whatever it was, that is a significant amount of time to be in one place, especially when you're the GM most of that time, and in a place like Boston. The Cubs represented an opportunity that was the right thing for him at that time in his career, but he left a lot of good things in place. Red Sox president and CEO Larry Lucchino, who had mentored Epstein before their relationship soured, handed the keys to Cherington and told him the car was going to be his. Epstein was glad to see his protege get the opportunity to replace him. "It's obvious to anyone who knows Ben, he has the intelligence, the feel for the game, the feel for people, that he would be successful with anything he put his mind to, including being the general manager," Epstein said. "He did an incredible job as farm director as we instilled new programs and established the Red Sox way and kind of built up our farm system from scratch." While the Cubs were negotiating with Lucchino to let Epstein out of his contract early, Epstein still was working at Fenway Park, making for an awkward scenario. "There was a lot of trauma attached to what happened in September 2011, said Cherington, referring to the Red Sox's collapse, the firing of manager Terry Francona and subsequent reports of the players eating fried chicken and drinking beer in the clubhouse during games. "Then, of course, those of us who were there were trying to get ready for an off-season and a managerial search. There was a lot going on, and we were trying to handle the transition in the best way possible given what was at stake. It was probably a little bit hard on everyone, including Epstein. We just had to get through it, put the pieces back and try to get back to some sense of normalcy as quickly as we could." Once Epstein left, he and Cherington conducted managerial searches that included coaches Dale Steum and Mike Maddox on their lists. Cherington reportedly was set to hire Steum when the Red Sox's owners took the keys back, letting Epstein swoop in and steal Cherington's man. Cherington wound up with the owner's choice, Bobby Valentine, who proceeded to drive the car over the cliff in spectacular fashion.